bus going round and round. Got the wheels on the bus going round and round. Yeah, wheels going round and round. Yeah, and we rolling through your town. Yeah, hey, round and round and round and round and round.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of your favorite show, the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by the Bank of Dudley since 1905. We are your first and your only source for mediocre, below average sports coverage. My name is Chill. What a great day to be here. We're live on this Wednesday morning. We got Facebook Live rolling, all kind of stuff going on. We are underway in college football. FSU goes down. Is Georgia Tech back? We got our college football pick'ems coming with a special guest picker, so you don't want to miss today. Make sure you hang in. But it is time to meet these two clowns that are sitting in here with me this morning. Wrong one. We'll go with that one. Yeah, there he is.
Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest.
He looks like chewed up bubblegum with his shirt off. Nobody dries out a brisket quite like him. He loves his blow dryer. His head is small, but his face is super fat. Put your hands together for Matt Opie Hightower.
Ever thinking there was danger in the water they were drinking.
My best, you always call my best line.
Oh, sorry about that.
Best line?
We missed it.
You missed it. It was good too.
I gotta let this one ride a minute.
Oh boy.
Upon request for that, he is a UGA graduate. He's a diehard dog. He can make a bottle of mouthwash stink. His bottom row looks like he bit a brick. Everyone's an idiot compared to him. He's the one, the only pride of Buddy Johnson Road. Put your hands together for Mr. Adam Hight Hightower.
Bulldog bite. Man, that was a good timing right there. No.
Hunker down for a fight.
That don't get you fired up, Opie?
I think maybe you singing it don't.
Listen,
Man,
I don't know.
Your intro song sucks compared to mine.
I don't know. I'll tell you what, Facebook Live does confirm. Chill looks real fat when he puts his heads up and starts clapping for
The monitor arm, did it jiggle down here?
Everything. It was just bad. It was bad.
Speaking of that, what brand is that shirt you wear?
Me?
I can see your belly button.
Peter Millar.
Dang, and that's as good as it gets.
It's got a sheen. It's the sheen.
Whatever that material is not good for you.
That ain't a material that is good for me.
And he credits his inability to lose weight on what? At the office. Well, amongst other things.
Well, I'm just saying it's not easy when we got a snack room. It's a whole room that's just for snacks.
Give me the dimensions of that room. I mean, let's trying to get a visual.
It's probably 8 feet by 12 feet.
Just wall-to-wall snacks.
Yeah, one wall is just probably 3 or 4 shelves of snacks, and it's organized like a closet organizer would do it. You know, it's got all individual bins per snack type, and they're all.
Y'all got ice cream machines in there?
No ice cream machine.
Slushies?
But we do. You know, we got fruit roll up, fruit by the foot, beef sticks, crackers.
According to you,
Pop-Tarts,
anything you can think of is in
nutty bars. They put them in the refrigerator for me.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Gosh, wow. No wonder.
Do y'all have any days where y'all bring people to work? Would y'all?
I mean, if you want to come get a snack, you can just come.
Y'all got milk over there?
We don't have milk.
What about drinks? Period. Like, do we have a
refrigerator? We got 2 different drink fridges that are, you know, you got your waters, your Powerade.
So hold on a second.
Your sodas,
let me get this straight. Y'all consider yourselves.
Hey, let me get it straight. Hold on.
Y'all consider yourselves a top of the line organization. Mm-hmm. You've got yourselves a fancy snack room. You've got Pop-Tarts and what do you say, Nutty Butters?
Yeah, Nutty Bars.
Okay, but there's no milk.
There's no milk.
No, that's second rate.
I can't. Yeah.
I mean, all you got to do.
Height on this one.
Pretty much all you got to do is ask for it, and it'll show up.
Apparently, nobody there has ever asked for it.
We got a little Red Bull fridge.
How do y'all eat y'all's Pop-Tarts?
I don't eat Pop-Tarts.
How you eat your Nutty Butters?
Cold.
Yeah, but where's the milk?
I don't drink milk. I'm not a day milk drinker.
So just tell me, walk us through. Just briefly.
I will have a little milk in the evening with some cookies.
Once the sun goes down there. Boy, that milk gets good when it gets dark outside.
Well, not drink it during the day, but I'll do a little milk at night. Tell us, And don't lie and say, man, I don't. Tell me, how often do you enter the snack room per day? And what is it? What is it you're grabbing?
It depends on the day.
No,
Like on a day where you're going pretty hard in there, what are you?
I guarantee there's a beaten path from his office.
You see footprint. So I'd say, might come in the morning, get you a Cliff Bar in the morning if you want to.
Terrible choice.
Now, is this
pile of
after-
sugar in these clips?
Now, I do remember you
No,
saying.
that's the healthy snack.
I do remember.
Not healthy.
That's when I feel real disciplined. Come in with a Mellow Yellow and a Cliff Bar. Just to start it off right.
This is no
And then-
discipline.
Now, I remember you saying you used to. I don't think you do anymore. You used to regularly eat Waffle House in the morning. So when you did that, did the Cliff Bar still make its way in?
No.
Well, that was the equal out.
That was
Yeah, he'd go Waffle House, come in and say, you know what? I need to
Waffle House.
Scale back a little.
Yeah, I need to get
Waffle
this
House,
Cliff
if I'm
Bar.
feeling healthy, I want to go keto. Just bacon and eggs. But then
Just bacon and eggs.
but then I'm going to get hungry about 10 o'clock. Boy, that horizontal
belly's
stripe
everywhere
shirt.
this morning.
So
I'm in prime physical condition compared to both of y'all.
10 o'clock, I'm probably going to get a little kind bar.
Well, we just now at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, kind bar. After lunch, I need a little something.
You forgot
sweet.
his second breakfast.
You got to make it till 11. 11's hard sometimes. So then, after lunch, I'm going just a little something.
So you already
sweet.
eating 11 o'clock lunch?
11 o'clock lunch.
11 to 1.
I'm not sure how he gets any work done.
11 o'clock lunch.
Dude's
Come
in the
in.
snack bar at lunch is all day.
I'd be in a food coma after eating all this.
We'll come in.
I'm
and they
not trained like you are to
got
be.
bowls of little bite-sized candy bars. Might grab a Butterfinger on the way in, maybe 100 grand.
How are you not diabetic?
Good genetics. Then
when do you throw something like? When
then-
do you throw a sweet candy like a Skittles or something like that?
Well, hold on.
Okay, wait, I'm sorry.
Let me cook. So then, after lunch, either me or my next door neighbor Brady there is probably going to throw a pack of Gushers at me just so we don't have to eat them by ourselves.
So they do have Gushers, Height.
Yeah, we're going to do some
First one you asked
Gushers,
for.
maybe some of the nerd covered gummies. The nerd clusters.
I don't like those.
That's a cold take.
I'm with you. Height. I'm not a Nerds guy.
And yeah, that's probably about it. They do have like they're not the sour straws or whatever. They're kind of like that, but they're flat ribbons.
Yeah, y'all have that?
Yeah.
Those are disgusting.
Height, give the people real quick, and this is excluding if he eats a breakfast or a lunch outside there. What's his caloric intake just in the office?
4,200 a day easy.
Getting a little hot, buddy?
I was just thinking, and it got me tickled thinking about it. When we leave here today, he's going to come, bro, I had a good show today.
He cooked this morning, didn't he?
Man, y'all let me talk about my snacks more often, man. I'll be...
Hey, he's having a good show, and he gets excited and starts talking out his nostrils a
I
little
can't.
bit.
You know what? I can't help that. And
I knew it was coming because I looked over there while he was telling me something. His nostrils were flaring, and I knew that.
Telltale sign.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, that is good to me. All right, so wherever you are listening, make sure you are subscribed. Visit our website, www.thebiguglysportshow.com. Give us a thumbs up. We got about 6 or 8 that give us a regular thumbs up. We ain't yet hit double digits on if you like it or not. But so if you listen, give us a little feedback.
If Facebook put a middle finger on there, we'd probably get a lot
getting
more of those.
Hey, I'll take a middle finger.
If you are listening on Facebook, we do understand the audio. You're getting these 2 little microphones right here, so you're probably getting a lot of air condition. The sound quality is not great, but boys and girls, that's the best we can do at this point. We have tried to run the soundboard into the iPad, and it does not work. So if you're a tech person, guy or girl, we need you. We need some advice on how to get, because we would love for you to be able to hear
We
what's
don't
coming in the
discriminate on free
microphones.
labor.
I'm glad Raji's not here with you saying tech people.
Yeah,
That's probably a sore subject.
I would have cut deep. I even had his song queued up, ready for him this morning. But so just bear with us through the audio. We do appreciate you listening. Our purpose of going Facebook Live was to reach another audience, and so we now I don't know what consists of a play on there. I'm assuming you have to click on it for it to count as a play on Facebook. I don't really know, but we had over 800 last week on there. So on Facebook,
I think you just got to scroll past it and it comes on.
I like clip better.
They probably click.
In our mind, it gives us
stay
clip.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Do y'all think if FSU won, Raji's here, I got to believe that that's the case.
He says no, but I'd like to think so.
Yeah. Well, you remember the last time, I think it was Florida State and Georgia played, he no-showed because of that.
Yeah, but he probably had another excuse.
Yeah.
We're going to talk Georgia and Georgia Tech, but before we do, we would be remiss if we didn't recognize, we forgot last week, but loyal Bus fan Spanky Slaughter was awarded the City of Dublin Employee of the Second Quarter. Let's just, I mean, wow. Hight, what are your feelings on that?
I'm very impressed by Matthew Spanky Slaughter. I didn't think he was a good worker at all. And you know, and I saw that photo on Facebook.
Yeah, good one.
And I thought, man, he's way uglier in person. I do not know what they did to touch that photo up. But hey,
There's some editing on that.
good for him.
You know what? I did think that too. I was like, man, you know, most of us have aged since 19, 20 years old. Spanky looks exactly the same. And at first I thought, man, he's aging well. And then I realized, no, he just aged badly really quickly.
He's kind of like
He
Benjamin
settled in.
Button. Is he Benjamin Button?
Bitch. Must be a high tower train.
Hard to tell. Hard to tell.
Good to me. Still enjoyed. I just always, every time I think of Spanky, I just think about him eating air while he was playing video games. I was about to say at Jay's house, but it was at our house. Jay just happened to live there at the time.
See, I just keep thinking of him telling that dog to heel 100 times and that dog not listening up there.
Had him trained up.
No,
That,
man. Just snatching him. Heel.
That just reminded me when Pat Jordan got mad because it wasn't Jay's house, but everybody kept calling it Jay's house.
That's true. He'd say, "Y'all want to go hang out at Chills and Jay's house?" Or it was never Pat's house. But you know, Pat likes to get butthurt. So, all right, let's talk a little. So, congrats to Spanky, man. We love you, buddy. Even though he did text me last week, mad at me because when we do the show, obviously on Wednesday mornings, it takes it a little while longer for it to get uploaded by Wednesday morning. So, he said that's when he and his daughters listened to it on the way to school and stuff. And they were disappointed. So, sorry, buddy.
I understand.
The reason, and if Raji's not here this morning, but we're going to do the show on Tuesdays or Wednesdays of each week. Not real sure, depending on when Raji is able to be here. He was supposed to be here this morning, but his kid ended up getting sick yesterday, so he's out. Well, his kid got sick, but Florida State lost too, so I'm not sure if that had anything to do with it. But let's talk a little Florida State, Georgia Tech. We got a few minutes here before the first break. So Georgia Tech with a big, we could sit here and we can talk about how, you know, we love that Florida State lost or whatever because of Raji, but I think the bigger takeaway from that is Georgia Tech looked pretty good, and so is Georgia Tech on the up and up?
You got to think so. They had, I saw a stat that said they had the number one offense in the ACC last year. Or was it rushing offense? I can't remember which one, but they had not a very good defense. But they got a new defense coordinator, and he's made an immediate impact. It looks like, you know, obviously it's just one game. So, but I mean, I and me being a Georgia guy, Georgia grad, you would think that I hate Georgia Tech. But I guess just the way I was raised, my dad would always pull for Tech if they weren't playing Georgia. So that's kind of how I am. I know Brandon Tanner, he's going to consider that blasphemy because he's
losing his mind right now.
Yeah, he's tried and true Georgia guy, and it's like all the traditional people Georgia fans are supposed to hate, he hates them with a passion. And if, you know, they quit playing football, he'd be okay with that. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited to see what they can do. The only negative is, you know, what if we run into head-to-head competition on recruiting?
Which just happened this past week where they took a defensive lineman flip from Georgia to Georgia Tech, like a 4-star, 5-star.
So, you know, they did look good. They do look improved. But I would say let's not go too far. It's just one game, you know. And they were playing Florida State, who lost all of their major pieces from last year on offense and are trying to replace those in the first game of the season. And that's a really difficult thing to do. Let's not underestimate how hard that is. So I think they did look good. I think that they are going to be improved defensively over last year. But I would not get too excited about Georgia Tech. I think they're still going to be good offensively, bad defensively. And I think they'll probably take a step back offensively from last year. I think they had a really good year, but they were inconsistent.
So here's my question. Now, are they beating Florida State, who was them and Clemson were the ACC powerhouses? So now you got to, I mean, I'm sure as a, powerhouse,
Yeah.
but in the within the ACC.
They were the cream of the crop for the ACC.
Right. And so now I'm sure Georgia Tech fans are sitting at home thinking, all right, well, we looked pretty good there. We just beat Florida State. I got some Tech fans that are Tech fan friends that are thinking this is a playoff team now because of the
Not so fast.
because of the ACC.
Not so fast. I think the ACC is weaker at the top this year, but a little more depth than normal. You got Virginia Tech, who I think is a sleeper pick. I think they're really good. They've got an experienced quarterback. I think they're going to surprise some people this year and contend for the ACC. Miami's good. They've got Cam Ward, who is a much better transfer quarterback than DJ. So I think they can cause some trouble. I think, to me, it's Clemson and Miami, and then Virginia Tech is right there in the mix with them. And I think Florida State is probably the fourth best team in the conference.
Did you think that before this past week?
I thought Florida State, just overall talent-wise, was 2A, 2B with Miami. And honestly, I thought their defensive line was the difference maker, but I don't think that anymore. Adam, thoughts?
I've already said my piece about Tech. I disagree with you about the regression of the Tech offense from last year to this year. Typically, when you got the same quarterback there, and you got the running back there again, another year in the system, those are, I feel like that would lead to a consistency in the offensive side of the ball. So, but anyway, we'll see. It is fun. It's always good because we do, like you said, we got Tech fans like Josh Gay, Taylor Dowd.
I saw videos that Dowd's wife posted on Facebook of him watching that game, and it was funny because it was just how we'd be. It was really how me and you were when we were watching. Was it Oklahoma and Georgia that time in Sugar Bowl? Or was it Sugar Bowl? Was that what they played? No, Rose Bowl.
Rose Bowl.
Remember we were over there watching up and down and just and she had filmed him, and he was in his element in there. So yeah, but good luck to the Tech fans, man. Good luck to the Tech people this year. But we've got a lot of college football to talk about. Again, later in the show, in our last segment, we'll have our special guest picker, and you'll get to hear the Bus Gang picks for this week also. So y'all make sure you stay with us real quick. We do need to take a break though, and let's hear from our wonderful sponsors.
New year, new financial goals? Whether it's saving, investing, or planning for the future, we've got your back. Visit Bank of Dudley today and let's make 2024 your year for financial success. Bank with confidence at Bank of Dudley. Since 1905, member FDIC.
This is Brad Meeks, owner of Brian's Giant Subs. Thanks for listening to the Big Ugly Sports Podcast. Come see us today to grab your favorite sub, 1632 Veterans Boulevard in the Oaks Shopping Center, Dublin, Georgia.
For all your HVAC needs, please call Elite Comfort Solutions. We specialize in commercial and residential HVAC. The number is 833-483-HVAC, and the website is www.elitecomfortsolutions-inc.com. Call for a free quote today.
Big Peach Car Wash, located on Highway 80 across from Walmart in Dublin. Coming this fall. I hadn't washed my truck in 6 years. I'm breaking that streak this fall.
Welcome back to the Big Ugly Sports Show. It's time for segment 2, and I did talk to Kyle Shepard yesterday with Big Peach Car Wash. He said the opening is in, I think he said 2 months. So they've got a countdown on it. He wants the Bus Gang live there. I told him we'll be there. We'll be, just handing out car washes all day long on set. I'm
going to bring my truck. I want to be the first one washed there.
I don't think they'll allow you through there with that bumper hanging on like this.
Speaking of that, what a good segue into that. Hight, tell us a little bit about your weekend before we talk some more college football.
I was headed to the Braves game. I was right at the Turner Field exit there. Got hit in the back by a sweet little Cadillac.
SUV or car?
Car. So they run up underneath me, knock my tailpipe straight to the ground. and I pull over to the shoulder, and that tailpipe's just dragging. And anyway, I get out, check on the folks behind us, a couple elderly ladies, and I think they thought it was Morgan Wallen walking up there, but
I can see how.
Yeah, but anyway,
you had your jeans on, cowboy boots.
Yeah, I had,
Oh yeah,
I had
for
boots
sure.
on. Yeah,
for sure.
And but anyway, 98 breeze. But
Now they definitely know you
yeah.
are.
But anyway, everybody was okay. But you know, I had to get onto the Braves game, and so I had a ratchet strap in the truck, and I had to hook it up to my muffler and crank it up off.
Because muffler was on the ground, just literally laying.
Yeah, sitting there on the ground. So I had to crank it on up, and we hit the road and made it to the Braves game. And listen, if you've never sat in the Hank Aaron Terrace, have y'all sat there before?
Have not.
All right, so it's an all you can eat ticket. They've got loaded
That one in left field.
They've got loaded nachos and a hot dog bar. And boy, let me tell you what, I went in on those nachos. They had barbecue nachos, chicken nachos, and all the fixings on top.
What is the view from there?
It's nice. It's similar to the Chop House on the other side, you know, and
But better.
but then, you know, they got the indoor seating where the AC is pumping, and that's nice. And then you can go out, and they've got the terrace levels. You can go down with the seats, kind of like a little bar set.
Was there a lot of people? Like, I know y'all had a good sized crew, but I mean, is there like a ton of people in there?
Yeah, there were a lot of people. It was pretty crowded.
So are those seats outside? Do you have certain ones, or it's just
No,
kind
it's
of
just first come, first serve.
Gotcha. Well, back to the tailpipe. So now Hight, two takeaways that Hight got from this, because I asked him how his truck was, and he told me about that. He got him without having to pay for him. He's got some Flowmasters now because it barks. It barks when it's going pretty good.
If you can imagine having an aluminum can and put a rock in it and just shake it up constantly.
Yeah, he sent a video in the chat yesterday, and from inside the truck, and you could hear it very distinctly.
Oh yeah. Anytime I accelerate, thing popping off.
And now knowing Hight, he's trying to finagle away when he gets his insurance check on what he don't really have to fix on there.
Yeah.
How does the ratchet strap?
Listen, most normal people would go ahead and fix it, but they're just not smart as he is, you know.
He might keep the ratchet strap on there even after.
He go shortcut the system. He's going to outsmart the system.
No insurance fraud though. Nothing illegal.
You know
Nothing
what?
illegal.
Constitutes insurance fraud.
It's a gray area. Don't worry about it. Listen, so it reminds me of when I was in high school, or when I drove that black truck, and it's a V6. But I was like, man, I gotta get Flowmasters just like everybody else. So I had a V6 with Flowmasters, and it sounded like that on purpose.
It sounded terrible.
It was awful.
Just yelling while you're riding around in the car.
Just really high pitched too.
This reminds me of the time I got sideswiped by the UGA bus. Have I told that story on here yet?
No.
I don't know. When you were in college?
I was a college student, yeah, and I was sitting in the turn lane. UGA school bus comes by, and near about rips my side view mirror off, and I called the campus police, and you know they're like, "Did you get a number on the bus?" I said, "No, but if you go down to the bus parking lot and find one with a red stripe down the side, that'd be the one that hit my truck." And they called me back. They said, "Hey, you were right." We pulled up and there was a bus with a red streak down the side. So they cut me a check for a couple $100 to get my truck fixed.
Did you fix your truck with it?
Not. Mirror stayed off.
I told you, man.
Yes, I got my truck fixed.
Oh boy, Hight, you wild now. Mr. Waldrop, our principal said, or me and him determined that for those of you that listened when Hight took Waldrop to where'd y'all break?
SEC championship game.
SEC championship game, and they end up Hight crossed over about 3 lanes to get his exit to bite wreck. So this was kind of just karma catching up to him.
Man, he's exaggerating on that. I only crossed. I was on the lane to get over, but I just forgot to get over. So did we go Dukes Hazard over the little thing to get on the exit ramp? Yeah, I did.
If there would have been on that exit attempt, if there would have been a barrier there, are y'all done? You think? Were you that deep into the?
Waldrop probably passes. I'm probably good. Yeah, he wasn't raised on Buddy Johnson, so he's not tough as I am.
But he did go to East Lawrence now, so he's got a little bit of.
Yeah, he's a transplant from the west side, but well, I mean, he still got a little bit of that in his blood.
It must run in the family because I'm notorious for. I drive to lunch every day with three or four guys.
Back on food again.
And I'm serving leadership. I drive so everybody else doesn't have to.
I'm gonna drive the company truck and company gas.
And meanwhile, everybody else that don't have that are like, all right, yeah, we'll ride with you.
I'm notorious for trying to pass somebody right at the exit. 'Cause I start talking to the guys in the truck and I forget where I'm going. I'll just keep right on 75 north till I hit 85. If nobody stops me. But so every day we go, they'll be like, hey, make sure you're in the right lane. I can't even say. I know, man. You don't have to tell me because I've done it so many times. Like, that's fair.
If I had $1 for every time I missed a turn when we were trying, because we went to pick our friends up, Jelly and Whitney, to go to the game, and I missed multiple turns.
Trying to get them?
On the way there to the stadium. No, after we got them. On the way to the stadium. And then after the game, on the way back to... I had a navigator and wasn't doing a great job, but we made it anyway.
Blame the navigator.
So
going to a place you know where to go.
So for those of you wondering, Big Red's still running and
limping.
And we're good.
Oh, yeah. No, she ain't limping.
She ain't limping.
Man, that Cadillac, they couldn't even drive it. Barely got it off to the shoulder. It was leaking everywhere. All kinds of stuff leaking.
GMC's built different. Mm-hmm. Especially them Hight GMCs. They built real different.
Yes, sir.
Got a little squeak in it.
All right. Let's get back to a little bit of college football. Actually, I want to bust my trivia real quick, and then we'll talk some more college football before we get our special guest caller on the line for the pick 'em at the end. But the first, I have 2 baseball questions for you guys. This is not Bus Cup because Wade failed again. So shout out to Wade for that. But I've got 2 trivia questions. The first one is, when I was watching the Braves game last night, they were talking about some streaks, or it might have been the night before or something. It made me think, about streaks in baseball. So I want to know, what is the longest hitless streak for a Major League Baseball player?
49 at bats.
That is really close, and it is in our.
Well, I'm not going to change mine. I'm going to go with what popped in my head. 38 was what popped in my head.
It's Chris Davis. You remember Chris Davis from the Orioles? And I remembered it once I saw it. But 54, 54 consecutive appearances without a hit.
Got off that Adderall and didn't treat him right.
Which took me right back to our center fielder in high school, Rooster. Rooster started off as a senior. Started off season 0 for 43. It was horrible. Could run down a fly ball. It was on Reed Stadium. But my second one, there with this season, Shohei Ohtani became the 6th player to join the 40-40 club, 40 home runs and 40 stolen bases. Who are the other 5?
Jose Canseco. Acuna.
Yep.
Chili Davis.
Nope.
Dude went Chili Davis on.
All of them played since you've been alive, too.
Not Andrew Jones.
Nope.
Mike Trout.
Oh, that's
nope. That was a good guess.
Oh, really? 40-40?
40-40. Think of home runs, one of the all-time home runs.
Think of home runs or stolen bases.
No. Well, okay. Well, don't take it. Don't take a hint.
Griffey.
Barry Bonds.
Thank you.
Oh, that's yep.
All right. All right. So we got
the other 2 played for the
Soriano.
Yankees. First name?
Alfonso.
Good. Alfonso Soriano. Good.
Curtis Granderson.
And the other one played for the Yankees as well.
Okay, so not.
It's not Curtis Granderson, no. He's also a Major League Baseball analyst.
A-Rod.
Oh, yeah. Good job, Hight. So those are our. Yeah, he got most of them. If we were keeping score, he would have won again today, but we're not. So.
Yeah, Opie only got what, 1? You said Acuna, and that was it.
He got Alfonso Soriano. Alfonso Soriano was one I thought y'all wouldn't guess. Yeah. So really, Opie gets another one, extra point for that. But back to college football. I was listening on College Game Day Saturday, and Nick Saban was talking for a little bit, and they were talking about the college football playoffs and this and that. And so my question is, because he was making a defense for especially some of these SEC teams with the schedule that they have against so many other good SEC teams that are at the top. What should the criteria be when they're selecting teams for the college football playoffs? Should conference championships weigh heavier than record?
I I don't think so, because I mean there's only 2 conferences that really matter, right?
Agree.
And
Well, I mean, you got ACC, Big Ten.
Well,
I don't
so
think
that's a little bit of an overstatement. There's 2 conferences that are head and shoulders above the other conferences. There's 2 other conferences that are still quality conferences.
I mean, Oregon's in one of those other conferences, which is arguably one of the best teams in college football. So
that's what I'm saying. They're still quality conferences. They're just not
So
nearly
you've got
as
4
good as the
conferences.
SEC.
yeah, but Oregon's good because they're really good and everybody knows it. They're not going to get in because they win their conference.
Yeah. Conference championship should be a differentiator between 2 similar teams with similar resumes. It shouldn't be a decision maker over a resume.
But so if you took, let's say Ole Miss loses 2 games, they're not getting and they don't get into the SEC championship game. They're still really, really good. Mm-hmm. Would you prefer them over an ACC champ?
Yeah. So I was listening to something this weekend about they were talking about the playoff structure, the seeding structure, and the number 4 conference champion is going to be seeded, get a bye over a higher seeded team because they're a conference champion. So you could have a 3-loss ACC team theoretically get in and get a bye over a 1-loss
SEC team,
or Big Ten team.
Yeah.
And then you got Notre Dame in the mix, who they automatically are the 5 seed if they can't be higher than the 5 seed.
Why is that?
Because of the way it's structured. They're not the top 4 go to conference champions, and they don't play a conference championship. So they come into the 5 seed, which gives them the lowest rank team, which is probably a group of 5 team. So they win that. Then they go to the second round and play the 4 seed in the second round, which is the 3-loss theoretically ACC team.
This is first I'm hearing of this.
Which might be 19th ranked team in the country.
This makes 0 sense.
Which, by the way, there was 3, maybe 4 people on the playoff committee, and the athletic director for Notre Dame was one of them. And then he retired after it, rode off into the sunset after setting up Notre Dame.
How in the world did anybody agree to say, "Yep, Notre Dame will be 5"? That can't be right.
And you look at their schedule; that's where they're going to be.
So what's the criteria? I mean, they're
well, he's not saying they're 5. You're saying that's the highest they could be.
Right.
Why?
Because
they're not
can't win a conference, and so the conference champions are 1 through 4 of the 4.
You know what? I was thinking about it. I was thinking
wrong.
I was thinking wrong.
Yeah.
So when you say higher, I thought you meant they couldn't be any worse than 5.
Oh, no.
No.
Yeah, so
And this is based off Opie. I don't know if Opie's telling the truth or not. I'm taking him for what he's saying.
I don't understand. I mean, I said it.
Oh, you
It's
did,
true.
but
write it down in pen.
Yep. So leaves a lot to be discussed right there for them. All right.
But I am super excited about the playoffs. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I've got tickets to the semifinals.
Oh,
yes, sir. Peach Bowl.
do you think it?
Are you planning to go, or is it if Georgia's in, you're there?
If
not,
Georgia's in, I think I'll go, unless the tickets are.
Hight's not going. Or no,
Unless I can.
Hight,
Make a profit.
Y'all listen here. He's not going, regardless if Georgia's in or not. Them tickets are sold, and he's making some good money on them.
I took a bath on them last year. Nobody wanted Ole Miss Penn State, so I had to eat that.
Do you think that it devalues the regular season?
No.
So let's take Ohio State, Oregon at the beginning of the season. In previous years, before this expanded playoff, that may be a win or you're out game. Now, it really is not nearly of that consequence. So you can lose that game and it really doesn't matter. Florida State's still in it, even though they lost to Georgia.
Yeah, but I like that. I like that it keeps people in it and it gives people a chance. And here's the thing, it's going to encourage people. I think it'll encourage teams to schedule tough games because I can lose a game and it's not going to matter. But the payoff would be we have a big game. Like for Georgia Tech to be over in Ireland playing FSU to kick off the season, that was huge for Georgia Tech. Mm-hmm. Whether they win or lose, they got a ton of brand exposure. So, I could see this being athletic director coming to a head football coach and say, listen, we're going to sign up for this big-time game right here. Even if you guys lose, you take care of business the rest of the way, you're going to be fine. And
yeah, I agree.
So that
I actually think you may have swayed my opinion on that just then, because
the presses, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Because I do think that I'm right, that it devalues the regular season games. So it's those top games are less important than they were, which makes them less exciting. But
still, Ohio State, Oregon, everybody, Georgia, Clemson.
Well, it takes it from a 10 to an 8. But what it does is encourage more big games, which over the course of the season is better. Because how many times during the year do you look up what's coming up this season, this next week, and there's maybe one decent game, two games with a decent matchup, and now that encourages people to put big time teams on the schedule.
I'm so excited about Georgia's schedule this year.
I am too.
There's a lot of fun games on there. Now,
it's scary. It's scary.
Yeah.
But that's what makes it fun. 'Cause without that stress level, it's not exciting.
Yeah.
You're not gassed up for a Vanderbilt.
Because we're going to dog walk Tech when we play them. So
and it's true. And think about the excitement when it does come playoff time. How many good games that we're going to have to watch. Kind of like March Madness type thing where you get to watch these good games. So, all right, y'all, it is time for our final quick commercial break right here on the other side. And in between the break, I'm going to try to get our guest picker on the line. So y'all stay with us. We'll be right back.
Bank of Dudley is proud to sponsor the Big Ugly Sports Show. Wherever you're listening to your favorite sports show, you can also be banking with your favorite bank. Bank of Dudley offers mobile and online banking platforms to make managing your money easy. Get on that Bank of Dudley bus. Bank of Dudley since 1905. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by the Bank of Dudley. We're here for segment 3. It is time for our pick'ems for the week, and joining us, hopefully, if we did this correctly, Tate. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can. There's Tate King, ladies and gentlemen. And Tate is, if you hadn't heard us speak of him before, and I don't even know if it's arguably, Hight, you can weigh on this, arguably the most loyal bus fan there is, and a guy that we value and who brings excitement to the bus crew. What you got on that?
Here I am muted again, coming out of the break. But yeah, man, Tate's got a reputation as being a big bus follower, and so we're happy to have you on this morning, Tate. Thanks for joining us.
I appreciate you guys having me.
All right, so if you're joining us on Facebook Live, you won't be able to hear Tate again due to our inability to just maneuver the sound on there, but you will.
Kind of an awkward moment here for the Facebook Live folks.
They'll still get to hear our picks. So we're going to do like we do every week. We're going to have a special guest picker. Tate is pulling it up. We wanted to honor our loyal bus member right here at the beginning, and he's a diehard Florida Gator fan, and they open up with a big game against Miami this week. But looking back to last year, Raji ended up on top on the season with a 74-65-1 record. Hight was in second at 68-69-1. Law was in third at 65-74-1. Chill was in fourth at 63-76-1, and Opie was in fifth at 15-15. It wasn't on percentage.
I came in late. Why wouldn't we go percentages?
Because
that put me last.
It would put me last if we did that. We're not doing. We're not going to do that. So let's dive into our picks for this week, and we will start.
You don't have the information on percentages, just so we know.
No, you're good. This is last year.
Homework for next week.
We'll keep up with it again this year to see who's crowned victor. All right, let's start with the one we're all excited about. Clemson plus 13.5 versus Georgia. Opie. And ladies and gentlemen, this used to be where Opie thought that he made a name for himself with his quick one-liners on these different things. Come to find out, we get here this morning, he forgot all about it. So now he's firing from the hip. And so, Opie, what you got?
Listen, in true Hightower fashion, I immediately blamed you for not reminding me.
You did.
I I've actually got Clemson with the points. I think Clemson's been hearing about how they're done, and UGA's the king all summer, and they're going to be fired up. I think their quarterback's going to play a little better than he did last year. He's second year in the offense, so I've got Georgia winning, but Clemson in the points.
Okay. Hight.
To quote a close friend of mine, not so fast, my friend. So
Close friend of mine.
Dogs by
terrible.
50.
Dogs by 50.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
going to be prediction all year? Or just
No, just when it's going to happen.
most of the time.
Yeah, no chance Clemson covers with those.
I've got the Dogs as well. Dogs in Atlanta. Kirby's 5-5 in Atlanta, so coming off the SEC championship loss to Bama, but I've got the Dogs. Tate, what you got?
Yeah, I like the Dogs here. I think Klubnik's average, and average is not going to bode well against that Georgia defense. Dogs win and cover.
I like it, Tate. All right, we're going to say we'll skip the second one and come back to it since that's Tate's main one. Let's go. Opie, you're a Georgia Southern graduate. We got Boise State minus 13 at Georgia Southern. So cool to see Boise State traveling all the way down to South Georgia to come over to Statesboro and take on Georgia Southern. I don't know if this is a home and home, if Georgia Southern gets to go to play on the blue turf next year or not. But Hight, let's go with you this time. We'll go. What you got? Boise State minus 13 at Southern.
I want to take Southern, but I don't have confidence in them against Boise State, so I'll take Boise State to cover.
It's good rationale.
So I'm really excited that Boise State's coming to the prettiest little stadium in America down there in Statesboro, and that's going to be an awesome home game for Georgia Southern. Fired up for those guys. Dingus will be rocking. RIP the Plaza. That could have been something special, but I've got Georgia Southern covering against Boise State.
Okay, not making a trip over there.
I need to, but no.
Okay, if you ain't playing about it, you're not
I'm
going.
guessing that there was some of those words you were using that they meant nothing to me. So it has to be some Georgia Southern like lingo.
Yeah, hits hard with the alumni.
With the info we got. So I don't really know enough about either one of these teams, but I've grown over time to dislike Georgia Southern, and I don't like that. I don't like to dislike them.
But it's the Georgia Southern fans' fault.
And they say the same thing about Georgia fans, but it's always they hate UGA. It's Big Brother this,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I just want to cheer for both of them, but I can't.
Same. I used to have an Adrian Peterson jersey. He got me one whenever he was in college down there. But man, people like Adam McCullers,
The real AP.
AJ Wright,
man,
great friends.
I love them to death, but they're terrible Georgia Southern fans because they got little man syndrome when it comes to UGA.
So I'm going with, hey, Bronco up, let's ride. Tate, what you got?
First of all, shout out to Chance Gamble. He's from my hometown, Fitzgerald. He's probably going to be getting a lot of snaps for Georgia Southern on Saturday. But Ashton Genty's going to be too much. I think Boise State wins and covers.
What position did your buddy play?
He plays corner.
Corner, okay. Sweet.
Yeah, he was at Kennesaw State last year, transferred in this year.
Gotcha. Good deal. All right, Tate, we'll start with you right here. We've got Notre Dame getting 3 points, traveling to Texas A&M, and what could be Notre Dame's, or should be probably Notre Dame's toughest matchup of the entire year.
Yeah, I expect Kyle Field to be pretty rowdy. Riley Leonard, transfer quarterback for Notre Dame, going to be playing as ex-head coach in his debut, Mike Elko. I like Leonard, and I like the Irish to win here.
Nice.
To win outright.
Both coming from Duke, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
All right, Opie, what you got?
I like that pick. I like Riley Leonard, and they're going to play a prototypical Notre Dame defense, or a Notre Dame game. Going to throw to the tight end. Leonard's going to run around and make some plays. I got them winning outright.
Hight. So don't need the points. Outright. Put your money on Dame.
Well, I was going to take Notre Dame in the points, but then when Opie picked them, it makes me want to back off
because he did finish last.
Yes, dead last. It's a big game for Notre Dame. This could be, for their head coach, this could be like, a career maker type game for him because he's never really won a big game like this before. But I'll take Texas A&M to cover.
If they lose against Texas A&M, are they out of the playoffs?
Typically, yes, but because it's Notre Dame, no. They'll finagle their way right.
I mean, if they lose this one game and win the rest of them, they'll
but
probably
this is their only hard game.
Good game.
Well, they still got to play USC.
Yeah. All right. I think as Tate alluded to, I think Kyle Field is going to be rocking. I think the 12th man is going to factor into this game. Tough environment to play in. Giggle Maggies. Give me Texas A&M. All righty, let's move on. We got a couple more games to discuss here. Hight, we'll start with you here. USC -4 traveling to Death Valley. LSU, Jaden Daniels gone. Was it Nussmeier, the quarterback now? So guy with a little bit of experience, but how'd that go for him?
I wish I had checked on this. I don't know the kick time for this game. Is it a night game? Do you know?
You keep talking, Hight. I'll let you know.
I want to take LSU because it's at LSU. And I do like their coach. I think that he's a good coach. He has had trouble in big games.
7:30.
Yeah, I'll take LSU.
That's all he needed.
Yep.
No, I'm sorry. I looked at the wrong team. Keep going. Yeah, 7:30. It is 7:30.
Okay. Yeah.
I looked at Notre Dame. I looked at Notre Dame 7:30. But it is Sunday. Sunday at 7:30.
Yeah.
Opie, what you got?
So I think this is two not very good teams, but I'm with you. I take Brian Kelly. I think he's a big time coach, and I think he quietly wins games. And I've got LSU at home.
Yeah, for me, it's not that I like LSU. I just cannot stand USC. They kind of fall in that Ohio State category for me. It's hard for me to pull for them. LSU is a tough place to play, and so I'm going to take LSU to win that game. Tate, what you got?
Yeah, both these teams are pretty much mirror images of each other. They both lost high-profile quarterbacks, and both their defenses were not very good last year. So with that being said, I think Garrett Nussmeier, he's going to be fantastic this year, I think. Give me LSU.
I like it. I saw somebody had I was watching ESPN. They had Nussmeier as a dark horse for the Heisman because they're expecting big things out of him. All right, the game that Tate's been waiting for, maybe not everybody on this panel, but you've got Miami -2.5 traveling to Florida. Florida with one of, if not the toughest college football schedule this year, and it don't get easy to start with number 19 Miami coming to the Swamp. And so it'll be at 3:30 on ABC. Just real quick, they got Miami. Looking down the schedule, they play Texas A&M at home, and then they go to a stretch where they go to Tennessee, Kentucky at home, Georgia neutral, at Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, Florida State. That's how they finish. So to finish their season, 6 out of their last 7 games currently are against top 15 opponents. So
that's a tough stretch.
So they really need this win. And we can even dive in, Tate, your thoughts on Napier and does this game affect him as far as his job there? But we'll start with Hight here real quick. Hight, what you got? You got Miami or Florida?
I'll take Miami.
All right,
yep.
Cool. Yeah.
Short and sweet.
So I actually think Miami's going to have a really good season, compete for the ACC. But I think Florida's been hearing all year how they're going to go, 3-9, and Napier's going to lose their job. I think Florida wins against Miami, but Miami has the better season.
Okay, and Tate, you're not going to like my take here. I do think Miami wins, and I think before they play Tennessee on October the 12th, I think there's a new head coach at Florida. So I think it's a tough start for them against Miami. So Tate, what you got?
I like Florida here. Cam Ward's been very turnover prone in the past. Has a real bad issue fumbling the ball. The Swamp is going to be sold out. 3:30. Our offensive line, I think, has improved. The defense has improved. I think we win outright. And as far as Billy Napier goes, he could win this game. He needs to win about 6, I think, to keep his job. That's my opinion.
And so do you think he needs this one to be one of those 6?
I do, yes.
Okay. Well, Tate, man, we appreciate you joining us. As always, thank you for your support. We're going to keep, I'll text you later to get your other 5 picks. We will keep your 10-game record for this week and compare it up against our guest pickers throughout the season, and we will have an award for the first place person. But, man, we appreciate you and everything you do.
All right, I appreciate you guys.
All right, take care, bud.
See you, man.
So that's Tate King, ladies and gentlemen, joining us for our celebrity guest picker. Hight's got us a guest picker lined up pretty much going forward. We've got several games we've got to fill in, so we may be reaching out to some of you if you feel like you're a celebrity. But
all our listeners might get a pick this year, you know. Might have to double up.
Run some of them back.
No, we've got plenty of people lined up. I've got a spreadsheet on my.
And you know how it is with that spreadsheet. He keeps a spreadsheet, about the same spreadsheet he kept up with the shirts that he ordered. Mr. Waldrop told me the other day he still hadn't got his shirt that he ordered. I said, "Did you pay for it?" He's like, "I don't remember." And I said, "Well,
that's on Chuck.
Years ago.
Nor do we have documentation."
I turned it over to Chuck. That's on him.
You could have seen that list. So hard to follow. Who pays. Meanwhile, we got a few extra shirts. Don't know how we got them. Random sizes. But
we'll get Reed one.
We're due. I don't know if I have a size. We are due for another shirt. We've got to get us another shirt drawn up. My guy over there in PA, my buddy in PA we got to get him a shirt.
What's his name? Because I just call him Pennsylvania guy.
I think is it Brian? I can tell you real quick in the comments. Hold on. What do y'all think while I'm looking at that? Does Napier make it through the year?
No. But, man, I feel bad for him because that schedule is brutal.
He's got zero chance to be successful. And I think 6 wins is a stretch for that. I mean, he'd have to pull 3 upsets to get to 6 wins. But, I mean, does that say something about the program that they're on the bottom of the heap?
One thing I've noticed about Matt's picks is he likes the underdog who's been hearing bad things about themselves all summer.
Just fuel
to the fire. Hey, man, that roster's better than our roster, but, man, listen what they're saying about
you
us.
ought to see their you ought to see the bulletin boards in their weight rooms.
The rat
material everywhere.
Real, man.
Brian from PA, Hight.
Brian from PA. Gosh,
what a guy.
Yeah, he doesn't know that, Brian, you're listening. This is news to you. I got you down as one of our guest pickers. I hadn't reached out to you yet.
I'm going to tell him to email us his contact.
It's week 10. Notre Dame's got a big game week 10. I don't remember who it is.
Yeah. So, all right, boys, another great show. It's always a great show in our opinion. So another great show. Big weekend of college football. It's finally a full weekend. Got some excitement. Before we sign off, tell us what is on your menu for Saturday game time.
Probably some chicken wings first and foremost. That's probably where I'm going to start.
A lot of excitement around that.
There's going to be some Rotel dip. We always do Rotel dip.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Rotel dip.
Probably steal some snacks from the store at work.
Go ahead and throw some pocket snacks in there.
Some pocket snacks.
Rotel dip, it's a yearly tradition. We're going to make just an absolute heap of it and then throw it away about a week later after we don't eat it.
Mm-hmm. So I'm headed over to Jay Babies.
Yes, sir. Me too.
Watch the game, and whatever he's got on tap's what I'm going to have, but I'm going to bring some stuff.
Wings and fries. Hey,
ranch fries?
Jay's even going to cut the fries the day before and let them sit in some water and get just good and ripe to cook.
Wow. I can't wait. And I'll probably bring something. I know Reed's going to have some kind of dips over